Hey guys, welcome back to LifeUpEducationTV. In today's video, I wanted to talk about diversity. So I came across to this video on TikTok the other day.
Do you need me to pull it up? Big black, let me see it so much.
Turn this shit up.
Okay, so this was the video, and in terms of diversity, the importance of diversity, I wanted to talk about it from 3 different perspectives, and then finally I have like the whole point that basically summarizes what our attitude should be when it comes to it. But the first one I wanted to talk about is happiness. If you don't have diversity in your society, which means that there's no curiosity. If there's no curiosity, there's no new idea. If there's no new idea, there's no changes. If there's no changes, there's no progress. If there's no progress, people are gonna be unhappy. Because no matter what your idea, your curiosity, your desire to expand your mind goes, if that's not standardized with everyone else in the society, your idea will be not welcome. And then at that point, you're blocked. Like your curiosity is dead at that point, right? And people are happy when we make progress. People are happy when we satisfy our curiosity, when we satisfy our ambition. And those are the things that motivate us in life. So if there's no diversity in the society, our desire to be unique and our uniqueness, curiosities are dismissed, and that actually makes people miserable, like mentally. Okay, next one I want to talk about is survival. So if there's no diversity, which means that we're not gonna have any kind of differences like in our gene, in the way we are built, of like how capable we are physically, mentally, everything. Which means that a disease like corona that we just experienced would kill us physically. So diversity is good because it would decrease the risk and let us diversify our risk to go extinct, or one species to go extinct. Okay, finally, the third one I wanted to mention is money. So if there's no diversity, there's no new idea. You become irrelevant because people like new things. And when people, or when things, or people for that matter, when anything becomes irrelevant, people lose interest. And when people lose interest, you don't have any attention. If there's no attention, you cannot make money. Because, you know, in an industry like what we just saw, attention is everything. Like you can design all this like incredible, amazing, you know, clothing, whatever. But then what's the purpose of designing it if there's no one willing to buy for it? Like why would you even put up the fashion show if you are not seeking out for the media attention, or if you're not seeking out for a buyer, like a potential buyer in a business perspective? I mean, you can do whatever you want when it comes to happiness, but like in a business perspective, you do that because you seek out for those kind of things, right? So my point is like here exactly, I have 2 points. One is it's always not a good look to try to demonize something and don't respect something, because influencers, like they were making fun of the influencers, but influencers are good at creating attention themselves. They don't need to rely on a major media or manager to like make that attention, right? Like they hustle through their way to get to where they are too. Like they deserve respect for that because it's a work ethic. Like it takes work. And I personally know many models who don't have a lot of followers, and of course they're pretty to look at and everything, but like when it comes to the money portion that we just touched, right? like influencers have things to offer as well as the model people have something to offer. Like everybody has something to offer, right? So I think it definitely comes from just driven by a pure insecurity of whoever who made this video saying like models are better or someone's better. Like it's never like there shouldn't be someone's better conversation. It's all like under the context, you know. Brands, right? Like why do people shop? Is it because a model? Like is it because of the mannequin, or is it because, you know, there's a fan around influencer who specifically attached to the personality of that person, therefore that person is a fan of the brand that this person promotes, and then this person convert, right? Like, so actually like mannequins who don't have that like brand equity behind them, they have this purpose of like display, but then in terms of sales, right, like you want to have some sort of branding and characters and personality attached to the display, because it'll just create more authentic connection. And I mean, like, we all know that, right? So basically what I want to say is like there's no need for like demonizing one way or another. And finally, this is the huge point that I want to make, is people tend to love to demonize the current, and they tend to dwell on the past and what's always been. And people even deny the internet. People, like, I know a lot of friends who abandon, like who don't want to use social media. So basically they're all trying to go backwards according to their romantic talk of this is how it should be. Like this is like they are demonizing the current technology. But this is not gonna go anywhere, right? Like just like how we saw how the industry grew, influencer industry grew the last 10 years, like started from just affiliate marketing to influencer marketing to, like, you know, eventually evolved to today. Like it's a legit, like solid industry a lot of people are in, and a lot of monies are made. You can't live life according to what you think it should be, because whatever you think is right, like social media is not right. If that's your opinion, the bad news for you is that people don't care. The market doesn't care what you think is the right thing to do. Like the market is the market, and people are gonna do what's convenient for them to do. So we have too much benefits attached to the new technology and the new system we have already created versus what you think is right, you know? Like the world continues, the world changes, the world moves regardless of whatever you think is the right thing to do, you know? And if you think about that, adapting and learning how to do things according to how the current society is running is a much more efficient way. You can demonize and you can complain about things like how it's used to be and how much you miss it or whatever. Like you can do that, but that's not gonna change the situation. Like the world is how it is now, and either you change or the world will change. And the bad news is the world will not change for you. Anyway, so this is what I had to say, and thank you very much as always for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.